Hi friends, happy Food Pairing Friday. We're going to Italy today. My favorite food is Italian food. My favorite Italian food is pasta. So I actually learned this recipe when I was visiting friends in northern Italy. My friend made this for me and it just blew my mind. It's so interesting and the concept doesn't make sense, but it's so good. So what you do is you cook some pasta and you toss it with a marinara sauce while it's scorching hot. And I always undercook mine a little bit just because it's gonna keep cooking in this hot tomato sauce. So you toss it, we've got this nice, hot, hearty bowl of pasta. But then you take fresh cherry tomatoes. I've done the multicolored because it's prettier. And fresh basil, fresh garlic, onions, and then a little bit of spice and oil. And then you scoop this right on top and you serve it like this. Now these we want to be room temperature, the vegetables. They will be warmed up by the hot pasta. We don't want them hot because the basil will wilt. We don't want them cold because then our pasta will be cold. So you put a healthy serving of this on top of each plate, and it's pretty if you serve everyone's individually rather than on a big platter. And then some Parmesan or some Pecorino Romano on top. So let's talk wine. What do you pair with tomato sauce? Well, I learned from Wine Folly that Sangiovese is one of the few wines that will not get lost when you pair it with a tomato sauce. So I'm going with a simple Chianti. This is 100% Sangiovese, and this is kind of a table wine. This one is from Gabbiano. You don't have to buy the specific one, but maybe you go to the store and there's so many Chiantis and you don't know what to choose. So I'm gonna explain a couple of the rules with you. This one is just Chianti. It's a DOCG, so there's specific geographical limits for where it can be produced. There's also rules for how it can be produced, but it's kind of a bottom tier Chianti. If you get a Chianti Classico, it is only produced at higher elevations, which means colder climate, higher acidity, more herbal notes, a little bit more complexity, and also a higher price tag. Chianti Classico Reserva, aged longer still, a little bit more complex, a little bit more expensive. Now this is from central Italy, Tuscany. If we were to go to southern Tuscany, this is a Brunello di Montalcino. This is a special bottle. It's a 2014 vintage, and this one was a gift. I am saving this for something special. I don't know what yet. When I see the recipe, I'll know. This wine is 100% Sangiovese, but to be called Brunello di Montalcino, it has to be aged 5 years, 2 of those years in oak. It's a little bit warmer in southern Tuscany as well. So this is gonna be fuller bodied, more complex, and again, a little bit more expensive. This wine, when I tasted it alone, I thought it was just fine. It's an enjoyable table wine. But then when I tasted it with the pasta, it is so delicious. It actually has notes of roasted tomatoes and like a sweet balsamic vinegar, which is perfect with a pasta dish like this. So I hope you find a Chianti that you love. DM me if you have any questions. The Italian wine world is mind-blowing and overwhelming. I'd be happy to help. Have a great weekend, everyone.